Welcome to my channel Prevention is Better Than Cure. In this video, I'm going to explain about SQL commands. Here the commit is another command that is permanently saves all the database modifications made during this current transaction. So once a commit statement is successfully executed, the changes become persistent that will be visible to all other user sessions and cannot be undone using the standard rollback operations. I'll show you just let me connect to this Oracle developer. So because I have executed the commit so that whatever the changes I made to this all we'll be able to see in this GUI, graphical user interface. So let us wait, it is loading now, and I have to connect to that user. So let me click on this. I have to establish a connection to this. So here the name, I'll keep the username as temp_2, and here, and this is username is temp_2, and it's a password temp. Then I'll test it. Here you can see here connection is success. So let us connect to this database. Now if I explore this temp_2, like you would be able to see the tables. So these are the tables we have created. We are created. I will show you how like commit, how you will understand commit. So before let me execute, I just want to insert a few records, and without commit how it would be like. So select the star from test_table. So I'll execute this. You can see it has only one record. Now I'm going to the back end, that is Oracle. I'm going to insert a record into this test_table. So insert into test_table values, like suppose ID, I'll give 5, some what is that, name E, and close it. Now I have created, if I execute the command select the star from test_table, here it will show 2 records. Now let us go to GUI, let us refresh the database, and now if you want you can view this, right click on it and you can view the data. Okay, so else let us execute a command again, like select a star from the test table. Now it is again showing only one record because here I have not yet executed this commit. So let me execute commit. So commit completed. Now I will refresh this table and I'll execute this query. Now you can see 2 records. So that is how commit works. Suppose if you want to update price of a book in books table, okay, So by using the SQL command, so let us see how it would be done. So suppose the price of book 101 changes from 850 to 900. Okay, before let us see the price of this book where the book ID is 101. Select the star from books, yeah, sorry. Select a star from books where book ID equal to 101. So no rows selected. Why? Because let us execute command to check. Select the star from books. So there is no book. Okay, only 3 records we have inserted. So we have to insert one more record to this books table. That is the first record. So let me insert into books values. So here we have to enter ID, book ID, that is 101. Title is fundamentals of database systems, and then price, then category database, and the price is 850 and quantity 5. Okay, so author violated integrity constraint. So let me just check it here. Select the star from books. This is book ID, title, author ID. Okay, so author ID, we need to check authors table. So this here only 3 authors. Okay, that's why, and this problem. So let us insert first into this one more record, that is author 1. Insert into authors values of author ID 1, he is the author of database management systems in the country USA. Okay, then let us execute it. Now one row inserted. Now we can insert here, we can insert this book details. Okay, so that it will be inserted. What happened? So here let us execute commit. Now you can see here one row has been created. So now let us change the price of this book. That is, suppose the price of the book 101 changes from 850 to 900. So how we can update it? Update books set price equal to 900. Here which book price need to be set? Here we have to mention the book ID, where book ID equal to 101. So one row has been updated. So if you want to update all rows or multiple rows mainly, so let us increase all books prices by some percentage. So update books set price, that is equal to price times, let us say, 1.10. So now 4 rows has been updated. Now you can check this by executing select store from books, or you can just execute commit and go and check in the GUI so that we can clearly select store from books. Now you can see here all book prices has been updated. Okay, so this is how we can update multiple rows. So here you will see the large fonts, and we make it larger. So now let us understand delete. So suppose if you want to delete member 3, so we execute command, we use command delete from members where member ID equal to 3. Okay, so unknown command delete is a typo. So one row deleted. Okay, so you can just check select store from books, or just commit. So sorry, not books, it is from authors, members table. We have deleted one member, so we have only 2, member ID 1 2, because we have inserted suppose if you execute delete uh, from members, then it will delete all rows, but members table still exists. That is the difference between delete, truncate, drop. And let us understand DQL queries, data query language. So DQL is primarily used to retrieve the data. Here the main commands includes like select, the basic select, like select star from books. This is how we can use the basic select command. Or if you want a specific columns from a particular object or a table, like suppose some books table, so select book id. Suppose if you want a book id, title and price from books, your title is invalid. So here you will get the output. So if you want, that is how you can select the specific columns. Next, suppose if you want to find the books which is costing more than 800, we'll write a command. We'll retrieve the data like by executing select star from books where price more than 800. Okay, sorry, 800. So, and for the records qualified, that would be displayed. So find books in the database category, like, so select star, that means you want to display all the details from books where category is database category, the database category equal to, sorry, category equal to database category. So it will display that information. So suppose you can also use some other, like we can use and or, like to use the two conditions or any one of the conditions. So select star from books where price more than 800, and, or you can just use and, it is not a case sensitive, and quantity should be greater than or equal to 4. So there are few books. Or you can also use or, instead of and you can also use or. Okay, that is how you can use this and, like, to combine the two conditions or any to check any one of the condition. So you can select, suppose if you want to select or if you want to display the books details where the price is between the range. So here we use select star from books, select star from books where price between, let us say, 700 and 1000. So the few records are qualified. And we can also use in, that is to check, like select star from books where you want to look the category, that is either database category or distributed systems category. Okay, so like that we can also use a like, that is to find books whose title starts with the database. So select star from books where title like database here, because the title should start with the database. So we can accept any other at the end, and then this. So these are like both. Okay, which is having the title starting with the database. And we can also check like a title, if any title contains a particular keyword. So that is by using like. So select a star from books where title like. So we include this percentage systems, so that we will check is there any title having this keyword systems. Next, another one is order by. We'll sort the books by price. So select title price from books order by price. So this is how we can use this order by. Or you can also use a descending order, like select, let us make changes to this one. Select a title price from books order by price descending, DESC. Descending order. So this is because it is only one, so that's why. So you can also try with other data also. So now let us understand aggregate function. These are all super simple, easy, and just if you install and do little practice, and you will understand, and you can do it all. So it is not that much complex like any programming language. So let us understand few aggregate functions. Let us count, that is total books from the books table. So like select, so count of star as total underscore books. This is the results would be displayed as total books and then value, that is in books table. You can see here total books are 4. And now suppose if you want to check the price, max price, if you want to display the max price, so select max of price as highest price from books. So you can see here this, the heading highest price and the maximum price of a book would be displayed. Similarly minimum, and this is lowest price. Sorry. The lowest price. Okay, So you'll get a lowest price book, that is price of lowest, that is lowest price value. Suppose if you want to find out the average, so we use average aggregate function, select average of price as, if you want to give a column name, that is the result part, average underscore price from books. So this is average price. So suppose if you want to count, like add the quantity total, so select, so we add all the quantity as the total quantity from books. Okay, so total quantity, that is a heading we have temporarily created. Suppose we want okay, otherwise let us just you can also have a group by category also. And another one is a having, like suppose if you want to find the categories whose average price is greater than 800, so we'll execute query, select star, or select just we want a category comma, sorry, average price as average underscore price from books, group by category having a average of price greater than 800. Okay, that is find categories whose average price is greater than 800. So where is mainly to filter rows and having filters, groups, and let us use another like a join, that is very important thing. So when we combine the books and authors, okay, so let us execute a command, select, I'm going to select few fields from the books and the authors table because we already established connection between these two. So we are going to do the join operation. So select a book underscore, or we create a instance b and a for author. So b dot book underscore id, b dot title, next a dot author name from books, b join authors a on a dot author id be equal to a dot, sorry, b dot author id, and or you can just author underscore id b. Okay, we have to join these two, okay, because both the tables should have a author id, then only it is possible. So there is some missing expression. Okay, there's some spelling mistakes. This one, authors, and still let me check it again. Select b dot book id, b dot title, a dot author name from books b, and authors book, books b, join authors a on b dot author underscore id equal to a dot author underscore id. Okay, I have made changes, corrected this query. Now you can see here, select b dot book id, b dot title, a dot author name from books b, and then join authors a on b dot author id and a dot author id. Okay, so then we will get the output. So like we can do all like a left join, right join, all kinds of joins like this. Now let us understand DCL, that is data control language commands, that is to control the permissions and access. So main commands are grant, like you normally execute these using an administrator account such as system. So we can create a user, we can connect to Oracle as a system and grant user, like suppose temp underscore to, because we already granted initially as a database privilege, all database privileges. So we can grant create sessions to whatever the users, or create a table, or we can grant a select, insert, update on books tables. So like we can create a different users and we'll give a permissions privileges, or we'll grant the privileges with the help of this grant command. So that suppose if you have created a new user, like a library underscore user, we can grant like a select, insert, and update privileges to him, so that he will execute the commands select, update, insert. So if you, because we have not granted delete privilege, so that he cannot delete the books unless we grant permissions or privileges. So we can delete the grant also on a particular table, like just for example, the delete grant delete on books to the username, user, a particular user. Okay, username. So that is how we can. Next one is remove, that is called as revoke. Revoke is another DCL. So we'll revoke delete on books from username. Okay, so here we'll remove the delete privilege. So the grant is to give the permissions, revoke is to delete permissions. Next one is a transaction control language. I strongly recommend teaching. So next one is a transaction control commands. Here the main commands are commit, rollback, save point. So let us see commit. So once we commit, it will be saved permanently. So the transaction, like once you execute commit successfully, the transaction is permanently saved. Rollback. So like for example, let us update books. Let us update books, set price that is equal to 500, where book ID equal to 101. So in this case, we are updating now. So that is one row updated. Now let us check. Okay, if you want, you can check it. Otherwise, so now if you just roll back, execute rollback command. So then, or before, let us check. Select the store from books. Okay, so you'll see the price. So now this price is 101. The price is 500 rupees. Okay, just now we modified this. Now I am going to execute the rollback. Rollback. So then rollback complete. So now again I'll select, suppose okay, select start from books. You can see, and the previous price. So that is the previous update is undone. Next one is a save point. This is a very very important one. Suppose let us update books. So set price equal to some price plus, I just want to add 100 rupees, where book ID equal to 101. Okay, so we have updated. That means we updated price of a book where the book ID is 101. That is just we added 100 rupees. Now let us create a save point. The save point name is the price update. Okay, so update. Now save point created. Now at this point we have created save point. Now let us do another update. Update books, set quantity equal to quantity plus 5. Okay, so where book ID equal to 101. So we have updated again. Now let us roll back to price update. Price underscore update. So here the second update is undone, but the first update remains pending. So select the store from books. You can see here the or just I just want, okay, let me minimize this. Sorry, minimize it when I could not, but the quantity of this is 101. Sorry, the quantity is that is a problem, because we have to give this the width so we can easily identify the book ID, title, price, quantity. Okay, so the quantity is still 5 only. So that means the commit, that is a simple classification. Like suppose if you just want to understand in detail, okay, that's it.